residents.
Open that business right now, today.
A third protest at the Michigan State Capitol Thursday as demonstrators there continue to rebel against the governor's coronavirus restrictions. This time, a fight broke out between demonstrators over a doll with a noose around its neck. Organizers of the protest quickly distanced themselves from the incident. It comes 2 weeks after protesters, some armed, walked into the Capitol building in another attempt to rally against the state's shutdown.
These have been really political rallies where people come with Confederate flags and Nazi symbolism and calling for violence. This is not appropriate in a global pandemic, but it's certainly not an exercise of democratic principles.
In Chicago, a photo of a woman holding a sign with a phrase similar to the one displayed over the gates of several concentration camps has gone viral.
Don't come to my son. You better go somewhere else.
And in Raleigh, North Carolina, police say they have reviewed this interaction between an anti-lockdown demonstrator and a black family from last weekend.
The experience was terrifying and surreal.
Deontay and Beth Thomas were out on a walk to celebrate Mother's Day weekend when they came across the armed group. One man carrying a pipe wrench is seen crossing the street while Thomas asked him to stay away from his family. Thomas says he was forced to keep his composure because of the armed men just feet away.
Just in milliseconds, I'm thinking, if I jump on him, if I fight him, I'm going to get shot. It sucks that I still get emotional about it, and hopefully, me getting emotional about it will pass quickly. How quickly, I could have been another hashtag.
The man with the wrench, Perry Whitlock, did not respond to our request for comment. He spoke to our affiliate WNCN about the interaction.
I just was hoping to, give him a high five and say, hey, come join us.
You see people across the street with guns, and then one person starts walking at you with a pipe wrench. I think most people would have a certain visceral, physiological reaction to that spells danger.
Rashawn Ray is an associate professor of sociology at the University of Maryland. He says no matter the intent, run-ins like this can leave a lasting impression.
Even though people say that nothing physical happened, there is a history. There are tons of incidents where we've seen black men stand up for themselves, and all of a sudden they're the ones who become victimized. They're the ones who end up meeting their demise. During a pandemic, when people are scared, people are anxious, people are losing jobs, people don't have money, that inequality, in particular racial inequality, continues to surface.
The group that Whitlock was walking with last weekend is known as the Blue Igloo. It's a Facebook group and a pro-gun rights group. Well, a spokesperson from that organization told CBS News that Whitlock is not a member, but they did reiterate, Gail, that he did nothing violent.
No, he did nothing violent, but I could see where it would be terrifying for people who are walking. I prefer a high five without a big, long pipe wrench, just me. Thank you very much, Tarika.